Lucretia from the camp. We saw it wise, we saw it necessary, and we saw it of great importance to, as usual, as it is our norm, of never keeping quiet wherever we are having any kind of oppression, injustice that's happening to us. On the 3rd of February 2023, when we had gone to pick up our food, just like anyone else in the camp, a lot of things happened. A lot of injuries were sustained. And one of the aftermaths of all such was an official statement from UNHCR talking about the entire situation and the entire saga. We therefore, as the unison of LGBT refugees in Kakuma refugee camp, we saw it necessary to talk to the world, to inform the world, and let you know of what really happened. We are going to first read to you the official statement from UNHCR that was published on their website. That was around 1 day back now. It's so unfortunate that we have to keep expecting such statements, but never a solution. We have to keep on waiting for statements to be released every after an attack, but never a solution. It's something that's traumatizing, and it's something so unexpected. The UNHCR said in their statement that UNHCR is aware of the demonstration at Food Distribution Center in Kakuma refugee camp on 3rd February, which resulted in an injury of an asylum seeker with an LGBT profile. This occurred when around 100 refugees and asylum seekers with LGBT profiles arrived early to collect their food rations and were requested to come back at the time that had been allocated for them. As we are reading all this, we would like you to take every word serious, because it was written when it's meant. They continued. At around 12:50 hours, a group began demonstrating and demanded to be served food before others in the queue. Police who were present at the distribution site asked them to disband, and they refused. Then the situation escalated. Unfortunately, one individual suffered minor injuries. As a result of the incident, food distribution had to be suspended, causing as many as 1,000 refugees to return home without food. The injured individual was immediately taken to a nearby hospital for treatment. The individual was later released and returned the same day. Despite some misleading information circulating on social media, UNHCR confirms that no one was seriously injured. We also reiterate that all refugees in Kakuma, including those with LGBT profiles, have equal access to medical and physiological support as a fundamental component of the protection and support provided to refugees in Kenya. There are 6 hospitals and clinics in Kakuma, where almost 250,000 refugees and asylum seekers live, where they can receive medical care. UNHCR respects the rights of all refugees to protest peacefully, but reiterates that any action must take place within the laws of the hosting country and in respect of other refugees and host communities. Kenya requires those planning to demonstrate to obtain a permit from local authorities in advance. UNHCR acknowledges the challenges faced by vulnerable refugees in Kakuma, including those with an LGBTI profile, and has been closely following the situation on the ground. Along with Kenya's Department of Refugee Services, local law enforcement authorities, and refugee community leaders, UNHCR has put in place mechanisms for peaceful community dialogue to bring all refugee groups together to openly discuss challenges and seek solutions. We encourage communities to engage in these peaceful initiatives. They concluded that UNHCR remains committed to ensuring the protection of all refugees regardless of their culture, country of origin, sexual orientation, gender identity, religion, or any other factor, and to finding durable solutions for them. We stand committed to ensuring that all refugees in Kenya, including those with an LGBTI profile, are provided with the best possible protection and assistance on a fair and equal basis. Regards, Helpline Team UNHCR Nairobi. That was the best action that we have ever got from UNHCR ever since we were stoned, we were attacked by camp fellow refugees, members of the host community, and the Kenyan police. Till date, that's all we have to count on. Let's have to hear of what the other LGBT refugees in the camp have got to respond to such a statement from UNHCR. Thank you. Kakuma refugee camp has never been safe, and it will never be safe. It has never been safe, and it will never be safe. That's what it is, and that's what it will be. LGBT refugees in 2018 were evacuated on claims that they were facing homophobia. Where has that homophobia gone? For the past 5 years, what has changed in Kakuma that has eroded away the homophobia that made our sisters and brothers to be evacuated? They were sleeping outside, children and mothers. Look what's happening behind me. People are sleeping outside. Those are shelterless. They're not shelterless because they're out of shelters or because UNHCR doesn't have shelters. They're shelterless because they're in fear of sleeping in houses. Just as we are in fear of moving one by one amongst the camp community. We are in fear. We're in fear of everything. We're in fear of conversion therapies that are happening in Kakuma refugee camp. We're in fear of everything. We're in fear that one day my head will be rolling off. We're in fear that perhaps, what if one day the community sensitizations by UNHCR won't work out? Because literally it's hard to understand how community sensitization would help someone to stop being homophobic. As in, the entire world couldn't have been homophobic. Let's have to hear about what the refugees, about what the victims, about those who were stoned, about those who are tear gassed, about those who keep on facing daily homophobia even now, have to say about the UNHCR statement that was made about the 3rd of February 2023 food distribution that happened at Kakuma 4 Distribution Center. Yes, Canary.
Yes, please, my sister. Oh, hi. Hi, world. Yeah, it's really a very tough situation in Kakuma refugee camp, just like my sister said. For all the LGBTQ people or the refugee community in Kakuma refugee camp, we are going through a lot of persecutions, a lot of homophobia happening in Kakuma refugee camp. And despite the fact that we do report these instances to the authorities, nothing like protection is being granted to us. We are not being given protection at all. It's very surprising and shocking at the same time. So it's really very horrible for the LGBTQ people. Just like she said, right from 2018, in 2018, UNHCR evacuated LGBTQ people after getting assaulted brutally. They were evacuated from Kakuma. But the following month of January, just a month after they had